Hello students. Today we are going to start with our first chapter of geography, that is India, size and location. India is known as for its rich and cultural heritage. India has been home to one of the oldest civilizations of the world, such as Indus Valley Civilization. The last 5 decades have seen India evolving to the cultural rich and shown us the fastest growing economic development of the world. The country has shown substantial development in the fields of agricultural, industrial, and technological sectors. In addition to this, India has also contributed significantly in the world history from the ancient time Indus Valley Civilization through the British rule and free India. The country has witnessed it all. Let's learn a little more about the country India. We will start by locating India on the world map as shown over here. As you see, India is spread across both to the eastern and northern hemispheres. India latitudinal line is between 8 degree 4 minute north and 37 degree 6 minute north, and longitudinal line is between 68 degree 7 minute east and 97 degree 25 minute east. A study of the map shows the tropical of Cancer is located towards 23 degree 30 minute north latitude. It divides India into two equal halves. Did you know the tropical of Cancer is the northernmost latitude at which the sun can directly overhead at noon? Coming down beyond the mainland, the country extends further to the south. The Andaman Nicobar Island are the extension of the India in the southeast, and the Lakshadweep Island in the southwest. So you see, India is a big country, but exactly how big is India? What is the country's area? The total area of the India landmass is 3.28 million square kilometers. This accounts for nearly 2.4% of the total land area of the world. If we compare India's size to that of the other countries, India is the 7th largest country in the world. Now, let's focus on the outline of the country in the map. As you see, Yangfold Mountains covers the northwest, northern, and northeast boundaries of the country. The total land boundaries of India measures 15,200 km, starting from the 22 degree north latitude down towards the South. India is bordered by the Bay of Bengal in the east, Arabian Sea in the west, and Indian Ocean in the south. In fact, the shape of the southern Indian combines Indian Ocean with the Arabian Sea and with the Bay of Bengal. India's total coastline, including the outlines of Andaman Nicobar Island and the Lakshadweep Island, measures 7,516.6 km. Did you know the southernmost tip of India, called the Indira Point, got submerged under the sea in the tsunami that struck the country in December 2004. Now, looking at the map, can you identify which extent is larger? The west-east line or the north-south line? The west-east line of India looks smaller than the north-south line. However, if you actually measure the distance only a slight changes is there. Both measure the same, approximately 3000 km. It is this huge distance of 3000 km that causes a gap between the local times of the eastern and western ends of the country. Let's discuss a scenario to understand the concepts of time gap. It is 6 pm in the evening in Gujarat, where you live. Suppose you are talking to a friend in Arunachal Pradesh. Your friend mentions that he is standing at the window watching a beautiful sunset. However, if you look around you, it is still daylight for you, while the sun has already set where your friend lives in Arunachal Pradesh. This happens because of the huge longitudinal lines expands the country. There is a huge distance between the western and the eastern ends of the country. This leads to a time gap of 2 hours between the local times of two places. However, the fact is the clocks at both locations will show same time because the entire country follows a standard time. India's standard time is the time along longitude, that is 82 degree 30 minute east. This longitude passes through Mirzapur in Uttar Pradesh. This longitude is referred to as the standard meridian of India. The Trans-Indian Ocean routes connected to Southeast and East Asian countries in the east and to the African and European countries in the west. Did you know the opening of the Suez Canal in Egypt in 1869 has reduced India's distance from Europe by 7,000 kilometers. It connects the Mediterranean Sea with the Indian Ocean. India's long coastline has added to its means of connect with the rest of the world through the sea route. In fact, India has a longer coastline than any other country in the Indian Ocean. It has, because of India's important position in the Indian Ocean, that the ocean is named after India. Historical ties. Now let's examine how India's strategic location contributed to its development and enabled it significantly to the world. Traders have been using both land and sea route passing through India to exchange ideas as well as its commodities. For example, ancient scholars took ideas from epics like the Ramayana and the Mahabharata and preachings of the Bhagavad Gita to the world through these routes. Commodities like spices and muslin were also exported through these routes. Some other significant contribution that our India shared with world through these routes includes the stories from the Panchatantra, mathematical basics such as Indian numericals and the decimal system. These routes help India to reach out to the world with its ideas and commodities. They also enabled Western influence to reach India. You see shapes of Western in Indian architecture, for example, domes, minarets, and Mughal tombs. of sandstone and marble are all based on Persian design. Before independence, India had primarily two types of states: provinces and princely states. While provinces were directly ruled by British officials appointed by the Viceroy, the princely states were ruled by the local rulers who inherited the states from their forefather. However, in post-independence, these princely states and provincial states were merged with the Indian Union, and later on the country went through several reorganization under the State Reorganization Act. The present day India has 28 states and 8 union territories, that is Andaman Nicobar, Chandigarh, Dadra Nagar Haveli and Daman and Diu, they have 1, Lakshadweep, Delhi, Puducherry, Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh. As you can see, the southern half of India has a huge coastline stretching from west to east. If you examine the coastline states of India are Gujarat, Maharashtra, Goa, Karnataka, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, Orissa and West Bengal. In addition to these states, the coastline is shared by the union territories of the country. Among these coastal states, you will also find the smallest state of India area-wise. Can you identify the state? It's Goa, with an area of 3,702 square kilometers. Conversely, Rajasthan is the largest state at measuring 3,42,269 square kilometers. Rajasthan shares its western border with Pakistan. The islands of Sri Lanka and Maldives are the neighboring countries of the India. If you look at the map closely, you will see that Sri Lanka is separated from India by a narrow channel of sea called the Park Strait. Park Strait connects the Bay of Bengal and the Gulf of Mannar. Moving east from Sri Lanka, you come to the Maldives Island, which are to the south of the Lakshadweep Island. The chapter is over and I hope you will have understood the topics. Thank you.